what up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though, ladies?
We are
Closet Conversations. Woo! I'm your girl, Chrissy Mack.
And I'm Berkeley. Tonight we have a special guest, but before we introduce her, let's get a little sneak peek. We want to shout out our sponsors. Who are our sponsors, Miss Chris?
Well, we have Cardinal Healthcare Home Healthcare Group.
There you go.
Yep, let me say it again. Cardinal Home Healthcare Group. Thank you for your sponsorship. Shout out to Miss Ebony Diva.
And our second
Tim.
sponsor, yes, hey Tim, hey Ebony. And our second sponsor is Elite Shoppers. So if you want the hottest gear, online website, one-stop shop, like beating Amazon in the head, go check out
They got some
Elite.
cute stuff. I've ordered some things off there for us.
Yes,
We'll be wearing soon.
shoppers with an S on the end .com. Hey, honey. Do we know her? Here we go. Do we know her?
Yeah, who is she?
Hey, honey.
Why don't you see we on air, boo boo?
So anyway, we're moving right along. Give us 1 second. But anyway, that just threw me off.
Yeah.
So this is my first time.
Yes, we thank you all again for your sponsorship.
We're on air, honey.
We are having technical.
You see that sign right there?
Oh shit.
Girl, you better get it together.
We're having technical difficulties on Facebook Live again, so we apologize for that.
You can go to my Instagram.
But tonight we have this beautiful, hot vixen, one of the first Detroit original.
Vixen,
yes, definitely it's vixen. Detroit's finest, Miss Candy Cane.
Hey, what up, dog?
We're on air.
The fuck?
What's wrong with
Is
this
that
lady?
Uh-oh.
Okay,
She about to
bye-bye.
get cussed out.
Yeah,
What's
for real.
wrong?
Like,
It's
yeah.
so wrong
Yeah,
right
she's
now.
being
They're
real
not
extra
playing.
rude right now.
Cussed out.
Extra
So
rude right now. You don't take
uncensored.
your ass on.
What, she want some information or something?
It's so
Go
uncensored.
to the website, bitch.
Right.
Look,
That
sorry.
hurt. What's the hell wrong with her? Is she on some drugs
She's
or
throwing
something?
us off.
We're on air.
Look.
What the fuck is she saying?
They not. Oh.
Yeah.
Bye, honey. 'Cause
Yeah.
if I come out there, I ain't gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's really gonna
Sorry
be
for
some. It ain't
yelling
gonna
in the
nothing
mic.
gonna be in the
But
closet.
Anyway.
Yes. So
Okay.
tonight we have Miss Candy Cane, and tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your brand? She is throwing me off. I'm about to throw her
It's
over that
all
balcony.
Good. That ain't nothing but the devil. You don't let the devil throw you off. You just keep it moving.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Please, bring
This
it
guy
back.
is so good. Bring it back in.
Bring me back in.
We gonna get it in. Me, I am Candace, but everybody call me Candy or Candy Cane from Detroit, Rock City, from the bricks, the broken roads of Detroit. You know, I'm the rose that grew from the concrete, you know, however you want to put it. But, you know, I just know where we've been in my era, where we...
Because I know you from like Cass Tech, CT.
CT
Nine-
stand up!
Hashtag.
You hoes, 1999-ish.
Hey, don't tell them my age now. But that's part of the reason why, you know, like when I was doing it, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have Facebook,
Hell no.
we didn't have anything. You know what I mean? It was just I went to college and I just got on.
I remember seeing her on all types of videos. Sorry to cut you off. I mean, the hottest, super sexy, short hair. Oh, natural. Yes.
on that live thing.
Oh, okay.
Video vixen.
Yes.
Well,
Super
but
video vixen.
But it was like I wasn't even a vixen in my eyes because
Jermaine Dupri
but-
videos, freaking what is his name? R.
Ja
Kelly.
Rule.
Ja-
I was not in no.
Oh, you weren't.
Do
Oh,
not
sorry.
put me in that
Sorry,
category.
wrong one.
No.
Wrong one.
No.
Wrong one.
Wrong video.
Wrong one.
Ja Rule.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Who else?
Okay, it's other things that I've done that a lot of people don't know, but I did Pringles commercials. I was actually a principal model. I wasn't really a vixen. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
okay.
they showed my face. But, you know, if you want to consider me that, then I'll take it because a vixen is sexy. I
Absolutely.
believe that,
Right.
you know, like whatever women do, empowerment, however they do it, I believe that, you know, that's what they do. And that's what we do. And we have to support each other And I do not judge or any kind of way, but I was always just like a principal model. I never had to try out for anything and audition for anything. It was just I got itineraries.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a difference or not. I don't know that. But it was fun.
How did you get into this? Like, I mean, you said you went to college. Where did you go to college? How was it?
Well, I went to Clark in my 11th grade and talked to the dean. And
I hope she's not with what's her name because I feel stupid. Keep going.
I got accepted to Clark. I went to Clark. I wanted to be actually a newscaster.
Right.
I was in communications and broadcasting and performing arts my entire life.
Yeah,
I
was
in
I.
plays and, you know, I had done things like since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And how you doing? And so, you know what I mean? It was just one of those things that just kind of like magically kind of like, you know, it was like organic. So when I went to Atlanta, Brian Michael Cox actually... It was like my you know, my god brother, like, you know, my real brother. He used to take me to the studio noontime, and, you know, Destiny Childs would be there, Jagged Edge, everybody would be there, and I was going to school, but Brian Michael Cox would always have me with him. And so I was around everyone all the time, but he's the one that kept me safe and always kept me in, you know, a little bubble. So one day I was out, and Jermaine and I guess his guys were looking for like new faces, and then they passed me up, and then Jermaine stopped him and was like, "Who is that?" And then he backed up and he was like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Candy." He was like, "You want to be in a video?" And I was like, "Okay."
Right.
And he was like,
He
"Okay,
was
we'll
ready to go.
He was like, "We'll be at Phipps Mall tomorrow at this time." And I was like, "All right." And so I showed up to the set at Phipps Mall. They shut the whole mall down, and this was for Big Mama's house.
Okay.
So the first movie, So it was like I got to have it and all that. You know, it was like the soundtrack or whatever. They used to have soundtracks and stuff back then, and they had a song for the movie. So I'm like, if you go to that DVD and go to special features and go to the video, I'm on that DVD in the special features on that video.
Sweet.
And when I got there, it was like, Jermaine's girl is here. Jermaine, I'm like, I'm not Jermaine's girl. He just asked me to be in the video. I am not his girl.
Right.
So that's how it all started.
Okay.
And, you know, I could keep going, but if, you know,
nice.
let's get it,
Nice.
you know, fun.
Nice.
So for about like how many years total you think that you were, you know, in that type of industry?
So as soon as that happened, the director, Dave Myers, was directing the video, and he was like the hottest at that time. I don't know if
Who's
anybody...
that cute white boy?
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean?
Oh.
But, you know, I mean, he's someone like under the radar. Okay? I mean, to me, he was, you know, something else, but that's another story. But at the end of the day, you know, he saw me and he was like, "Where did you come from? Like, you stay right there." And they just, you know, we shot for 2 days. We you know, we did a lot, and they called me in about 4 days after the shoot. And then they just started sending me itineraries that we really love, you know, how you look on camera. We really like, you know, how you carry yourself. They just was very, you know, very.
They was feeling you.
They were like, you just really like got
you
it.
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So altogether, to answer your question, total was maybe 3 years.
Okay.
But it was short-lived because of so many other things that we'll probably get into, you know, with the future questions. But you know, because I can go on. I could talk for a while myself.
Okay.
But yeah, about, you know, it was some years, but it seemed like it was 3 years, but it seemed like 25 years because of how fast things go.
Right.
As soon as when you set and you're it and you got that X and you got that factor, it goes like this. It's just, so kudos to people who has been in this business and stayed in the business and keep going in this business because, I mean, it's light years.
Right.
Did you used to like hang with, like, who was your crew in Detroit? Like, I know, you know, in Cash you hung around a few people. Like, who was your crew? Like, come on, girl, I'm about to go on this video set, or, you know, fly with me here. Like, were you able to bring people with you?
Well, I always been, I want to say a loner, but I was a tomboy, so I didn't never really get, like, not so much alone, but I just never really felt, and I was older, so I never really felt the girls in my space because they were like on some other stuff or whatever. But
what was the other stuff they was on?
I didn't skip school. I didn't drink. I didn't do drugs. You know what I mean? Like, I was just in school all the time. I went to Wayne State in the summertime, so I was in school all year round. So I didn't really have time to be really playing games with little boys and stuff like that. Like I had an agenda that I need to accomplish, which was school and graduating, becoming a newscaster, and being like getting my master's degree in communication. So that was my goal. So when I went to Atlanta, things definitely changed because that's Atlanta and whatever the case may be. So to each their own.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't judge anybody, but I never had a crew.
Okay.
Because I went to King first, actually. And a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, because I played basketball. And I could have been in WNBA. Like, I was practicing with the Twin Towers at King. I played all in middle school, and then and then I took the test, so I got accepted to all school, Renaissance Cast, and King and whatever. And so I ended up going to King for MISC studies, so I did 2 languages, Chinese and French. So I went there, and I was playing basketball. But I didn't like the way
You ain't have a crew. At Cass, you ain't have a crew?
I didn't have a crew.
You was kind of alone. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
That hustler,
Right.
Moving silence.
We would see each other out. I mean, when I say that we came to homecoming she came, I think, the first time with a Gigi Hunter dress on, I'm like, oh, I model for her. Gigi, I need one of your dresses. So the next homecoming, we was both in that bitch with Gigi Hunter dresses.
I still have a Gigi Hunter bodysuit.
Shout
it's
out
bad
Gigi Hunter.
as hell.
Yeah, like
you
we
inspired me.
We need to bring
design
those
one.
back, though.
I'm like about,
Yes.
I think
I
I'm
wanna
about
buy
like,
it.
I'm about
Right. I
15
wanna buy a
pounds
Coogee
too
sweater.
big. I'm about 15 pounds too big for it. So yeah, I still got one of my Coogee sweaters too with the matching
What
hat,
about a
like the hat
Coogee
like that.
G, though?
Please.
Oh,
What about a Coogee GG?
oh, that would be dope. That
A
would be
Coogee
dope.
GG, like.
She was super sexy.
Yeah.
It was so,
Yeah.
everything was just, it was.
You
just,
was like a boss before your time.
But it wasn't like I planned it that way or anything like that, or I was looking for that. It wasn't like I sought out for any of it. It just kind of like this. I didn't seek out for this. I've been chilling. I've been, my son is graduating next year, 2020. Okay, I got a baller on my hand. I got a scholar on my hand.
Nice.
Chase Glover, watch out for me. A wide receiver. West Bloomfield. He's after Trey Mosley. He's a junior right now.
Nice.
But at the end of the day, I'm an ESPN mommy. So I have to take a seat back.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the story is deeper than that. It's just fast forward to the reason why I don't do much, and I just kind of like, I found my lane, because God gave me that lane, and it was my son.
Right.
So at the end
do you
of the
think
day,
that your lane was moving, or you was driving kind of fast, and then
oh
God
yeah,
kind of had to stop
man!
you? Like, tell me about that.
As soon as I hit the set, my life just, like it was like a lightning bolt. It was like a shooting star, literally.
Right.
It was like literally when people say it's overnight success, and it's like you never know and you never see it coming. It actually happened to me, and I experienced it firsthand. So
what kind of experiences? Like, was there like any excessive like drugs, alcohol,
Absolutely.
things like
Drugs,
that, sex?
alcohol,
All of it.
Like what?
Yeah.
all of it. It was, but
do,
you
how
know
you
one
do
thing
it,
that God blessed me with was I had a boyfriend, which is my baby father to this day. Okay. So when I moved to Atlanta, I had someone always watching over me, even though that I was in the life. I always had someone that will come and get me from whatever location that I was at or whatever I was doing. I had somebody that was always on me. I wasn't there completely alone. You know what I mean? So it was like I was just blessed in that area. But absolutely, like it is drugs. Yes, it's sex. I mean, that's the life. It's rock and roll. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's just excessive rock and roll these days. But yeah, it's always going to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll in any situation when it's dealing with music and stardom and celebrity and fame and flashing lights and this and lights and camera. It's going to be that all the time. And
Right.
and
So like, Candy, have you felt that like, has anyone, do you feel like, as far as you being in that type of industry, do you feel like there is somebody in particular that might have stopped your growth from you going, continuing?
Nobody can stop your growth but you.
Or could have reached back, because we had this conversation earlier before coming here. Like, you said you ain't hang out with too many people. Okay.
Well,
But
like
is there-
here,
is there-
here. I mean, my group of people that I hung out with, I can't talk about on
okay.
no kind of platform, and that's just how it is. And I'm
Right.
just not about to do that because that's really nobody's business. But anybody that know me knows.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even about to go there. But anybody that know me, I was living at the riverfront when I was going to school at Cass at 17 years old. I was getting picked up in business. It's neither here nor there what that situation was. You know what I mean? But I've always been in the know. I've always been it, and I've always been the X factor. You know what I mean? And I came from here, and I've seen a lot, and I know a lot from Detroit to a whole bunch of other places, L.A., New York.
So what kind of
wherever.
stuff have you seen? Like, I mean, we want to hear something.
At
We want to hear
17 with those
you talk
Benzes.
about.
Well,
So
my
then,
thing is,
was
you
it
gotta
the
get it
R.
out of me.
Kelly?
I'm
Was
just
it
not
R.
gonna give
Kelly
up.
and
I'm not gonna
everything?
give up
Okay,
information.
okay, we
I'm
got
still a G.
we got
I'm
1800
still a
right
G.
there. We got
I'm
Tito's
still a-
right
listen,
here.
I'm
Like,
still
pull
a G. You not about to get
I'm
no.
confused.
You better ask the right questions.
I'm confused. You said you really
We
didn't
got
hang
top
out.
shelf martini in here.
Hey, there's some in the way
Hey,
though.
top shelf
Oh, my
martini.
bad. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm still gangster now. You not about to
So,
get that info.
You didn't hang with a lot of people at Cass.
No, okay,
No,
so
no, no,
so
no,
this
no,
one
no,
hang.
no.
Okay,
Let me
go ahead.
finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
So you really didn't have like a crew, you know?
The dudes was my
Like,
crew.
right. So the
And I heard
Benzes-
about all the girls and what they did, but the boys was my crew. I was in the cipher. I
Right.
was, yeah.
So when the Benzes was picking you up, was that like
I won't even
the
say
high
business.
school?
I was
but
just,
you know the luxury,
Luxury
was
vehicles.
I used to skip
Was it
school.
mature
Don't.
men?
My grandma.
Like back
So,
then,
so
came
let
and
me
got
put it. Let me put it down like this because she
To
don't
come
really
beat that ass
She
at
don't.
Cass.
Yeah. So
me.
my thing is this. I wouldn't necessarily say it was Benz's. That's just
I'm
like
just
something.
saying like luxury. You know, was it the men in high school or was it like the older
No,
men?
I
Yeah,
didn't,
was
I
it,
didn't
you
have a
know?
boyfriend at one time in Cass Tech. I never dated anybody at Cass ever.
So it was
like
an older man?
No, it wasn't
No,
even no
just
older men.
teenagers?
It was you know.
I had
my
a few
boyfriend
older
was
men
like
that picked me up.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
did
what?
too.
I mean, what
I
kind
mean,
of?
I was 17
Gotta
and he
have a
was
case
20.
against you.
I mean, if that's what you
Okay.
want to call an older man, I never really been into older men. I never
Okay.
been into somebody that's 20 years older than me. I don't get down. I don't like that. You know, that's just not me.
Okay.
But my business or who I was dealing with, that's something that, you know what I mean, that's not even really up for discussion at this point. But what I'm saying is like, I was leaving Cass going to the riverfront to my apartment.
Oh.
And I was, you know what I mean? And that's all it was. It wasn't nothing else. And I seen a lot. I mean, that's another different, situation. But I just know that we were here talking about, the music industry or the videos or whatever. But like I said, y'all can dig deep if y'all want. If you can get it out of me, go ahead. But
Yeah, we want to talk about some of the things that you've seen. You know, some of the things that you have
gotta ask the right
experienced.
What? Okay. Like, all right. Was there anybody in the industry that you dated, or were there? I mean, of course, you obviously saw chicks having sex to, optimize their career. So, did you have to do that? Did you do that?
Okay, so that's a good question. Yes, I actually been involved with several people in the industry,
Let me sip my tea.
and I was selective. I didn't have to deal with them.
Uh-huh.
We were friends, and I dealt with them
Okay.
in my own way. Okay, so I will give you this. Maybe not.
Candy.
Okay.
We had a 3-hour
Yeah.
conversation.
Right.
the other day.
Absolutely. Like, yeah.
I
you
mean,
gotta,
but my thing is, this is part one.
Oh,
You think
we
you
gotta
gonna get
have-
everything
Oh,
at
we
once?
got, well, shit. We
Well,
got
I'm
later
not
on.
cheap that-
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you. We got
This
a
is-
whole
this is-
nother
I'm over
40
here pouring a
minutes.
second drink. No,
yeah. No, we
cut
ain't
off
really got
time.
no. Yeah, we ain't got no 40
Oh, you
minutes.
was late. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we couldn't get the damn thing.
Yeah,
started.
yeah, this is part one. So yeah. So at the
Bring
end
you
of the day,
back.
I'm not one of those. Like I will, but my thing is, it's just certain things that need to happen before I do.
Right.
And
Okay.
I'm just not that type of person. You know what I mean? Like I gotta figure things. This is my birthday week. First of all, I'm feeling real.
Happy
Pisces
birthday.
Right now.
All
My birthday is Saturday.
Happy
March
birthday.
16th. I'm feeling myself.
Happy birthday.
Happy
feeling
birthday.
myself.
Happy
Feeling
birthday. Happy
myself.
birthday.
You know, and I'm cut from that cloth, and I just don't give up information like that. You know what I mean? But I will when the time permits, okay? But I'm just not gonna sit up here and divulge some things that don't even need to be divulged.
Okay.
So if you ask the right questions, you might get something out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. You know, but one thing I will say, one thing I will give you, Juan, Street Lord Juan, Dirty Love Juan. I'm Candy Cane. And a lot of people don't know that. Like, I was on KD's first album. A lot of people don't know that. My name is on front of the album and everything. You know what I mean? Like,
What up, DZ?
what up, KDZ? You know, it's all good. You know, that was like so long ago. But you have to imagine we didn't have any of these platforms that you guys have now. Or well, I say you guys, but we're in the same. But
We all the same
But my
age.
thing is, but we still got, and we still, you know what I mean? It's like it's our time, and whatever the case may be. But just imagine if we had all of this then.
Girl, we'll be.
Right.
Is Jesse James play on the Lions now from the
What?
Street Lords? Is that what they said on the radio?
Jesse James, the Street Lord.
Did you hear that?
What?
I heard it on my way home. I was like,
Wait,
Somebody is
I'm about to
lying.
die. I'm about to die. Did she even really say that? I can't even imagine.
He got to be about.
Jesse,
Who is that? Like, so.
Jesse
if you
Lord.
saw him, you would be like, he would.
Jesus.
and I had
Oh
to
my
think
God.
like
Let me
I'm
be
Jesse
quiet.
will not do that extreme
Let
work.
I'm
me
not
be
even
quiet.
about to search this, but
Yeah, that is insane.
No,
Wow.
he could not be. That man has to be about 50 years old.
So we're just picking people up off the street to play for our team now? Like, is that
I
what's
mean,
going
I'm still
on?
stunned the Lions haven't run a promotion where like the first 52 fans that show up get to play.
Right.
They get to play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll be
right.
one of them.
Warfield, I should get to play.
Right.
Shit.
I want to
Right.
play.
Yeah.
Let
Let
me
my
and
son
coach.
play. He a wide receiver.
Okay,
Yeah.
He might do
absolutely.
it. Listen,
He'll get
my
us
son
a
a wide
Super Bowl.
receiver. Listen, y'all better pay attention to Chase Glover. Chase out here. Y'all don't even know. You better, yeah, Chase Glover. ESPN
He's a
mom.
handsome scholar,
Oh,
too.
man.
what's up.
Let me
That's
tell
what's
you,
up.
I wonder if
6'5".
they play. Oh, Cass. They beat Cass.
6'5". Oh, Cass. Oh, Cass wanted Chase so bad. They invited him 4 times to Cass. But we had to keep him in West Bloomfield.
Where
But
the
yeah,
heck is
Cass wanted him so bad.
That's what's up.
Okay, any more? Do I have to ask her asking questions around here?
No, we
No,
not
you
here. We
start
not. We not
divulging
sure what
information
we're
around here.
We getting roadblock.
Right, we
Right.
not sure what we can
Oh,
ask.
kind of
you at this
roadblocks.
point.
We getting potholes.
It's certain things we can't ask you.
Well, I just gave you wine. Like wine. Okay, so the
Okay.
whole thing with the situation with the Street Lord thing and the, you know what I mean? I don't really talk about all that, but I was on KD's album and it was a very good experience because wine brought like the artist out of me. Like people
Okay.
think I'm just a model. And I didn't even ask for none of it to tell you the truth. Like I didn't ask to be a model. I didn't ask to be in none of it.
so
like
your,
I literally
your
was in
passion is
school.
music.
My passion is performing, period.
Period, okay.
Like, my whole thing is performing arts, communications. You know what I'm saying? I want to be, like I said, I want to be a news anchor. So I want to deliver real news in real time. That was my thing. But it all just changed when I went to Atlanta and that whole thing when Jermaine saw me and he was like, oh, do you want to be in the video? That just changed everything.
So thinking about that Atlanta life, did you ever I don't know. So you said it was a few people that you dated. I actually was about to have this,
I didn't really
this conversation
date. I
about
didn't
like
really date.
strippers. Have you ever stripped?
Ooh.
Did you like the strip clubs?
This is called
Right.
closet conversations.
I mean,
Yeah,
personally or
that part.
professionally?
Closet conversation.
Right.
Because I think I saw you in a strip
Everybody
club.
You
did
ain't
strip
never
before.
seen me in a strip
Right.
club ever.
No, not dancing.
I got a
Oh,
pole in my
stayed-
closet.
Oh, no, I lived in the strip club. Now, I love the strip club. Like,
Okay.
like, when we were 18, I was at Magic City when they had folding chairs. Mr. Magic knows me. I can
Oh,
go
wow.
there right now, and he's like, where you been? That's how long I've been knowing Magic.
Okay.
So, yeah, the strip club is just like a club in Atlanta for us. Like, Detroit is different. But when you go to Atlanta, that's like everybody's there. Everybody's in the strip club. I don't care who it is.
Giving money, hey.
It just
what's
don't matter.
up?
It could be a celebrity, non-celebrity, anybody, everybody, women and men alike. Everybody's at the strip club. That's just what it is, and that's what it was a long
So
time
since you
ago.
hung out a lot at the strip clubs, like, did you ever running, did you ever get some stacks from some niggas or what? Like when you
Take
were
'em.
there, or did you just take money from them? Did
Maybe
you
I'm
have that
not
kind of
the-
repertoire?
Well, maybe y'all need somebody like
Take that.
Well, my thing is, it was never ending for me. It was like I just always had money. I never had to take nothing from nobody.
Right.
And then,
Well, did they
I was
just
with
easily
them.
give it to you?
Right,
Yeah,
but I was-
yeah.
they got
So when
stacks
you
on
was
stacks, like,
yeah,
what?
so
But I
when you
was
was
with
with
them, I
did
was
you
with
have full
them.
access to a lot of stuff?
full,
Or?
I had access to everything. It
Okay.
was just money everywhere. It was
Okay.
like it was like never ending. Like how people like they throw the money and it's like just falling. That was my life, but it's like I didn't have to take it or I
Right.
didn't have to ask for it. It just was there.
Given.
It was just
was
there
yours.
there for
It
your
was just-
disposal.
Yeah, I was
okay.
constantly at them. I was constantly buying stuff. I was constantly, you know what I mean, doing something. Like I never had to worry about money.
That's what's
you know,
up.
and
That's
I was
what's
like
up.
18, and my mother brought my car down there. I had a 86 Cadillac DeVille that Malik Mausi
Yes, I love
bought,
that.
that sold to me. You know what I mean? Before
Nice.
I
Hey, Malik.
Yeah, what up, Malik Mausi? You know, Aretha Franklin Park, and you know, he sold it. And then I was like 18 years old, riding in Atlanta in the Cadillac. You know what I mean? I was at the studio. I was just around all the right people, and thank God, like I said, and I can't say it enough, that I had people around me that actually cared and didn't expose me.
Yeah.
But what I heard from, and it was sad, because what I heard from people from my own town was, oh, she's sleeping with him. Oh, she's sleeping with him. They see me in this video. Oh, she's sleeping with him. Oh, she's sleeping with him. And that wasn't the case.
So you think that's a big stigma with girls?
Oh, it's a
being
huge
in-
stigma.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
It's gigantic. That's
Yeah.
like the main stigma, because I had a boyfriend, first of all, which is my baby father to date. You know what I mean? But nobody knows this. At the end of the day, but you gotta have thick skin, and you can't really care about what nobody else say, because if you care about what somebody else say, you will drown immediately
Absolutely.
in any situation. And I'm just not for any of that. But like I said, this is part one. Okay, I just
We
gave
gotta have
you.
a part 2.
We
We
said
have
we,
had
we,
the part 10.
we said you was having a part 2.
If not, I make my own podcast and have part 2. I might do my, because I got Social Butterflies Productions.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
what's
mean?
up.
I
Okay.
started Social Butterflies Productions like 7
Tell us a
years
little bit about
ago.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just it's a company that I started because I'm from Detroit. I live downtown. I work downtown. I went to school
Okay.
downtown. And I did events, and I, help people do events, and, and it's all about just production. It's all about
Okay.
this.
Okay.
It's all about lights, camera, and action.
Okay.
So anything under Social Butterflies, whether it's models or me sending you bartenders or me doing makeup or sending you hairstylists or me doing a video or whatever, that's what Social Butterflies is. And anybody that know me know about Social Butterflies, so I don't have to really go on a rant. And then it's just like I got Broken Rose. That's kind of like, we're almost there. To put out, and I'm just sitting on her because it takes a while. It's like my babies.
Okay.
So I have a that's my parent company.
Nice.
And then I have my baby, which is Broken Rose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's Broken Rose Detroit, the rose that grew from concrete, which is me, is Candy Cane. So, it's like
Okay.
I can talk and talk and talk for days. And like I said,
What?
part one don't mean necessarily having to be talking to you ladies, but I will love it because I love what y'all doing, and I really appreciate it. I think
Thank
you
you.
women are beautiful.
Very welcome.
And
you.
I'm
You
very
too. You as
excited,
well.
and I am
Thank
very
you.
proud.
Yeah.
And you Jessie, me and Jessie been knowing each other for a long time.
Nice.
Long
what's up.
time. And she is, and you said who I hung out with. I necessarily didn't have to hang out with nobody, but it's just certain people in your life that you know that are
Just
going to
don't
be in your life, and
Yeah.
that you know that you mesh with, and
Yeah.
you know that genuine,
Right.
organic. Those are the type of people that I want in my life. Those are the type of people that I've kept in my life, because it's a gift and a curse when it comes to the whole situation of being a model or
Absolutely.
a vixen. And I ain't none of that. I am me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the thing is with Jessie, when I tell you she is like one of the most amazing, sweetest persons I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Always have been, though. Always been the same. Always, like, just, she's who she is.
Nice.
And that's why I agree, because if it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have declined.
Right.
Decline. And I'll take a sip to that. Happy birthday to me.
You want to turn on your phone? I think it went out. But so is there any like advice, right now with this social media? I want to look this way. I'm gawking over, different women's pictures, insecurities of, young women that like, hey, I want to be a vixen, or I want to look like this, or how do I get into the industry? I mean, yours happened by chance.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah. What advice would you give to somebody like, this is my goal? I want to be like, I was about to say delicious. I want to be like,
She
know,
tap,
somebody.
tap.
You know-
Do you know Delicious?
right.
Tap.
Tap,
Right.
tap,
I
tap.
want to be
Do
like,
you know Delicious?
I want to be like LaBrittany, but LaBrittany obviously has a talent.
Yeah,
You know what
what's
I'm
going on
saying?
with
Tap, tap.
Delicious?
My thing
Do you
is
know
this.
Delicious?
I don't know Delicious. I've
You know,
met
London.
London, but that's something different.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Part 2.
Part 2.
So,
Is it a difference between Delicious and London?
Right.
well, it's been so long, I don't know. They might have collided. I'm not sure. But the question that she asked me was the advice I would get. I'm all natural. No nails, no weave, no nothing. You know what I mean? Been doing it for so long. You know, be your natural you. I can't give any. The best advice I could think that any of us can give anybody in the world is be you.
Yourself.
Regardless of what it is.
Right.
I don't, gender, race, color, stance, short, tall, small, big, green, white, red, and all of that. Be whatever you're going to be. Because it's only one God. And whatever your God is that's who you deal with. And you deal with yourself. But the main thing that I learned was to be happy with myself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not happy with yourself, nobody else is going to be happy with you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, there's no way, because listen, in my eyes, and I appreciate you for even calling me, and I appreciate you ladies for even talking to me, because somebody on my, one of my friends from a long time, they said, long overdue, much appreciated.
Absolutely.
That I'm coming on here or whatever. But my thing is, I don't look at it like that, because I don't.
I mean, you done looked out for a lot of people.
I
I know that personally.
I just don't get, you know what I mean? Like, I just do it because. You know what I mean? I don't do it for any other reason or nothing like that or whatever. But I do want to say one thing, though.
Okay.
Give me my cousin's sweatshirt. Smiles and cries. We in the building. Smiles and cries.
You want to turn your phone
You want to turn your phone on?
I tried
Oh,
it.
girl. Oh, you did?
Kind of.
Smiles and cries. We in the
Smiles and
building.
cries.
This is my cousin.
Turn it this way. Shout out to the cousin.
This is
Right.
my cousin. Smiles and cries. You know,
Smiles and
This
cries.
is like
Okay.
it's just.
What does
it's-
that mean? Because you smile and you
Okay.
cry sometimes.
And,
I want to get the background on
that
that.
is-
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Let's
Please.
get into it. So the thing is with smiles and cries, it's like we all smile, we all cry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When people
I
die,
was crying last week.
people die, we cry, right? When we happy,
Where we
we
at?
smile. But sometimes life gets so hard, right? Life gets so hard.
Yes.
Sometimes you smile and cry in the same day.
Mm.
So when you smile and cry in the same day, that means you're having a really good day.
I had one of those days.
And that means you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And that's why I love my cousin, because we grew up
The
together.
day I called you, I cried earlier that day.
Did
Yeah, I
we
ain't
talk
gonna
about?
tell Yeah, I
You
was
didn't
like, I
tell
don't
me.
even think I
But
told you that part.
I think we were both in that zone, and we were just. So we talked for like an hour and like 15 minutes.
Dude, it was like close
It
to
was like
2 hours.
But it seemed like it was only 20 minutes, right? It was like we
Yes.
were just like getting it in. And so it's like smiles and cries. It's just like, it's about support. It's about, women actually really supporting women. And it's
Oh,
just
I
about
love that.
people,
Say that again. Say that for the
women
men.
actually supporting.
Supporting,
Speak up a little bit closer.
Right.
Women actually supporting women, not fake supporting.
Exactly. So
Damn.
that means that if I support you and I purchase things from you and I do things from you, then I expect the same from
Not
me.
even-
Just
not
from
even-
time
Not
to
even
time,
expect.
from time
It's
to
not
time.
even
Like,
expect.
Genuinely
I mean,
It's
supposed
not
to
even
happen.
expect. It's just
But my
organic.
thing is, it's just a common
Yes.
courtesy. Like, I mean, it should automatically come natural, though. Like, if I'm
But my
supporting
thing is
you,
that when it's organic and when it's natural, you don't even have to say it.
Right.
It's like the OG say, and I'm cut from that cloth. Some things, just you don't even need to say a lot of stuff. That's the problem. People say and do too much that they don't even really need to do when it's organic. When it's true and it's real, it's real. That's why it was organic for me to grab and my cousin to come and pick me up. And she brought me down here because that's my cousin and that's my love and that's my baby and that's my family and
And
that's
she's
my
supporting
blood.
whatever you're doing.
And we gonna do it and it's natural.
absolutely.
Oh, I
It's
have some
natural.
cousins that don't support you too. Not none that I know of. My cousins.
Right. All my cousins
All
are
my cousins are supportive, but definitely
super.
with the friendship thing.
Yeah.
And, hey, I helped you back then, and
I don't like that. That's horrible. Like
Yeah.
don't shovel something in my face because
Oh.
you shovel some shit, you
Oh.
gonna get some shit shoveled right back.
Okay.
And the shit that I shovel
Yes.
is gonna be a mess.
Oh, you got a little
This
clap
is
back.
what we
Oh,
want.
clap
Yeah.
back. Oh, you ain't met Candy K.
Candy
Tito's
cane.
working.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
No, I
yeah.
mean, but you could have reached back, or not even reached back, but
Dig and I could dig and I get a shovel and I
y'all
get
could have been on the grind together. I'm just speaking of my personal experience
Uh-huh.
with some of my friends or
Oh.
associates.
let's get
you know
into
what
that.
I'm saying? Like, hey,
Yeah.
we about to do this, we about to do that. All right, move here, move here. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing this fashion show. Won't you go and supply the jewelry? hey, I'm on MTV. Hey, I can go deep with this shit. They know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm on MTV.
Oh, you represent for the D? Oh, so I got on Proud Detroiter too.
From
so
here.
yeah,
I
even
mean,
though
you know,
we know
we
what's going
support.
on, but I still got on the Proud Detroiter.
Yeah.
So
I got on a
completely-
Berkeley.
You feel
sweatshirt.
me? So we all
Hey.
Detroit here. So we
Fashion
not
propaganda.
We really not playing. So
Designed by
whoever
her right
listening,
here.
I appreciate
We
y'all.
support one
We
another.
support one
I
another.
already listen. We 1, 2, 3, 4, but guess what?
This my
Everybody
homegirl
gonna be talking
organic
'cause
shea
that
butter
one
right
person
here.
is gonna talk to
Yeah.
everybody about it. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or if it's 1,000,000,
Mm-hmm.
because that 1% and that one person is worth 1,000,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Period.
absolutely.
me and a few of my friends have been on the hustle. You know what I'm saying? On the grind. Young, like, hey, whoever gets on first, we're gonna help one another out.
Right.
Even helped out with business ideas and this
Yeah.
and that, and then shit
Yeah.
changes.
It
so
does.
It becomes like, oh, that's a slap in the face.
It's amazing how that happens, isn't it?
I love your voice.
Right.
Yes,
Exactly.
Dave is like
He's
a
so
Howard,
low key.
a
Yes.
Howard Stern.
Yeah, he's like, I
Howard
love how
Stern.
that happens.
But
I
sexy.
love. I'm like, yes, I love when you talk. Talk more. Come on, darling.
Yes.
Don't be so shy.
Oh, he's not
Oh, I
shy.
am not shy.
Oh, he's not shy.
Okay.
But this is so amazing. I just want to say that downtown Detroit,
Who's that?
downtown Detroit,
Oh, yeah.
this whole session,
It's coming up.
this podcast, like this whole thing, us and this amazing VJ over there that want to be low key. He is amazing. Yeah, everything is amazing, and I really appreciate it.
Dave
And
is a shit.
Listen, this
That's
is
our
a
dude.
beautiful kickoff to my birthday week.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Okay, my
We
We
birthday
want you
is
to have
Saturday,
a blessed
3/16.
birthday. Yes, my mother just had celebrated her birthday on Sunday. She turned a big 70.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, 70.
70,
Happy
bro.
birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. She
Happy
said,
birthday.
She was like, I'm 70. I'm
I know
celebrating
that's right.
all month. I'm like,
Ooh,
yeah.
Yes, she better. Yes. I'm
yep,
like,
so-
I'm getting older. I'm like, dang, I'm old. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm only celebrating.
Today is my niece's birthday. Happy birthday,
birthday,
Ashley.
niece. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Yep. So, yeah, 2 days
Amazing.
after my mom. So, yeah. so-
Pisces. We go.
Pisces.
We
Pisces
go.
are our water
Metal.
signs.
Yes.
I love Pisces. I'm a Scorpio. So,
Oh.
Pisces, Scorpios, and Cancers,
them
we're
too?
all water
No, wait,
signs.
You came
Yes.
in like,
I love
Yeah.
Gemini.
you came in like,
One more
I
time.
like,
One more time.
You
for
a
the
Gemini?
Yes, we both Geminis.
Oh, my baby
know I'm
father
a
is.
Gemini, right?
One more time.
That's what I just found out.
One more time.
Oh my
When's
God.
your birthday,
Y'all
Dave?
are insane.
Oh,
That's
I'm a
why she
Taurus.
came in so
You're-
sweet.
ooh.
You was
Oh,
like,
a
End of April.
bull.
to tell me
Okay.
something.
Oh.
I'm like, hold on.
27th.
You just walked
Okay.
in now.
Okay.
Yeah,
got
yeah,
that
yeah.
in mind.
Wow.
the bottle.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
bottle.
Candy Kane, if we were to have you back, what could we discuss? Because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
I'm not
And we-
uncomfortable.
okay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
I'm
we
not
should.
uncomfortable. I just maybe why don't you take it like this? Maybe I'm just so glad and just feel so comfortable. Maybe I just want to be here a lot.
Okay.
Maybe we just need to talk about, maybe we just need to take baby steps and just talk about it. And then every time you gotta go back to the and write down some questions and get it out of me because I gave
We
you
only
something.
got 60 minutes left.
60 minutes.
That was it.
Seconds.
Well, right
So
now,
what
yeah.
can we look forward to?
How about I'll give you one thing to leave with. Allen Iverson.
What about him?
Don't tip.
He don't tip.
Damn.
I
He's
remember
my
hanging
friend.
out with Allen Iverson. Yeah, LAX. He a cool dude.
He's always in Detroit.
Yeah,
Like he's
a cool
super
dude.
cool. Yeah, he's cool. So
Allen
Yeah.
Iverson. Hey, Allen.
I like him though.
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got stories with all of them. It ain't necessarily I slept with them or nothing, but it's just you know what I mean. Like
Cool.
I
Is
got,
it
I,
big?
I have stories.
I mean, if you, yeah, whatever.
Is it
If you
big?
slept
But I
with
mean,
you slept
it's
with,
a-
we all
I have
grown.
stories.
Like,
Is it big?
Regardless,
Yeah.
Lord,
I
I'm
know.
leaving
Is it
you with something to
Okay.
marinate on. I'm not saying
Marinate.
nothing, but I'm not saying I slept with them or I didn't sleep with them or
Right,
nothing like that. 'Cause
right,
that's
right.
not what the case. Because I didn't or I didn't, but that's none of your no. until
yeah.
I
I
actually speak on
mean,
it
that's,
because
this
because
is,
we only got so many.
she keeps saying it wasn't big.
Right. Exactly. Was it?
But I just gotta say this.
I mean, because
to all the young ladies or the women or whoever, however you want to consider yourself, that's doing it right now
There's
from
old chicks
Detroit.
out here that want to be
Y'all
video.
need to pay homage to whoever. Like y'all want to pay homage to Little Kim, and you know what I mean. Listen, I don't. I'm just me. I'm little old me. You know what I'm saying? Proof is my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I miss him. I miss Showboat. I miss Blade. You know what I mean? I miss my people. Like, I really miss them. We didn't really have a lot of women back then, but the ones and the guys that actually did it, that really, like, stood up and took bullets and died and went to jail and won, all of them, I miss them. And you know, and it got to count for something. And it seemed like that the new school are actually doing something, and I'm proud of them for that. So,
That's what's up.
you know, but, you know, women, we got to kind of, like, you know, stick together.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not that fake
It
shit.
takes a solid
Keep that
ass
fake
group.
shit. If that, don't smile at me. Don't, when I see you, don't say nothing if it ain't real. If it ain't real, go the other way. I'm just being honest.
Shout out your social media, Candy.
Oh, listen, I'm Candy K.
Sorry,
Y'all
Candy K.
already know me. So it's Candi, and I need to spell it out for y'all because y'all always spelling my name with a Y, and then it's like Kane, like cocaine, because I'm like dope. So it's like Candy Kane, CandiCaine.
Oh,
Candy
I'm
Kane
following.
313.
You following.
It's so like, I mean, you should know it ain't with a Y, but that's what it is, and I ain't really on that shit like that for real. I got a.
I know, right?
I got a senior. You know, my son is a junior. You know, we about to be SBA college around here right now. So look out for Chase Glover. You know what I mean?
Shout
And
the
we don't know
baby
which
out.
college we going. Don't ask me. Stop asking me what college he going to because he's got a 3.82.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
So we out here.
He's a
That
scholar.
part.
He's a
first.
scholar
for
first.
real, for
For
real.
real.
All right. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, and then like I said, part 2 if not, and I could disclose some other stuff. I'm with it.
Maybe we have
'Cause
to bring you
listen,
back with somebody else.
I think so.
Yeah,
Right,
like
yeah.
we
I
could
think
bounce
so.
off like a
Woo,
group of
a little bit
women.
more
Yeah,
flavor.
Or
some
somebody
guys,
else,
yeah,
or
some
anybody.
dudes.
Or we could get anybody.
Yeah,
we got
we could throw
we
you
got a few
in. Yeah,
people.
yeah,
A comedian,
yeah.
or
Yes.
you know what I mean. We gotta
Okay.
kind of like, you know.
Well, at least we got it all warmed up. You know, this is closet
Yeah.
conversation, so we go for the gusto.
We go
We
for the
got
gusto.
gusto.
We want-
Listen,
none of that shit.
and let me
yeah.
tell
We'll be over
y'all.
here,
Yeah, you
baby.
gotta
Let
bring
me
the
tell you,
heat.
you got
Okay.
something. You got names,
I'm
and you
just
got
saying.
a couple little things about
We
me.
did.
So
We did.
you know, because I'm very, you know,
Yeah.
tight-lipped about a lot of things, but my thing is you got to look out for self in these days. And
I
you have to,
understand.
Absolutely.
you have to make sure that you know what you do for you is what's gonna make it positive and move forward in life and in your family. So because ain't nobody else thinking about you,
Absolutely.
because they're gonna do what they gotta do. But my thing
Absolutely.
is I want to be classy and respectful to anything and everything that I talk about, and I want to make sure that when I do talk about whatever situation and whoever I talk about is in a way that puts them in the actual light that they actually put me in.
Nice. Okay. All
Period.
right. Excellent. Excellent.
Love it.
Well, yeah, we definitely want to
Shots.
shout out to our sponsors, Cardinal Healthcare Group, and also Elite Shoppers. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you for your support of our podcast. We would like to thank Miss Candy Kane for being our special guest. Yep. Whoop whoop whoop. And
Where
anything
am I?
that you
Oh, no.
anything you want
The
to
whole
say?
thing was on you, love.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I thought you just started that.
No,
I thought you just started
It's
that.
been going on. They've been
I
watching
no,
you.
my bad.
So
I
you
thought
can
it
go
was
on
just you.
to
I'm sorry, Jess.
on Facebook. We are on Closet Conversations. Like us on Facebook, Closet with a K, Conversations with a K with the Z at the end. And Instagram, I am Chrissy KRISSY _Mac MAC 1111. And then Jess, what's your information?
I am Berkeley's Closet, BERKLIS _closet, CLOSET. Forgot how to spell closet. But yeah, come check me out.
Ricky, thanks for coming down.
Top
You know,
Shelf Bartini.
Top Shelf Bartini.
Yeah, I'm twisted.
Look her up. She's on Instagram as well. So yes, thank you to everyone. Oh, I'm a little tongue tied.
Ah!
Yeah, my little Tito's kicking in. So
That was nice.
Yes.
That was
I know.
I
So
know.
yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and we are
Closet Conversations.
Good night.
God bless.
God bless.